Hello, folks. Live with Les tonight. And if you know the schedule, you know tonight is anniversary night, kind of. Really later this week. That one right there. We've been married 38 years. It's anniversary night. And so we're going to run back to 1980. Well, we're going to walk back. With my lungs the way they are, I can't run back anymore. I'll run back one day, but I'll walk back. She can run back to 1983 when all of this got all legally taken care of, what they call marriage. and we were married 38 years ago on June 11th, 1983. It's 38 years. Am I right about that?
Yep.
My math's right. Okay. So we're going to go back and listen to some 1983 music. I've got some 1983-ish pictures, and we'll talk about our wedding a little bit. We had some special music at our wedding that would tie into Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. It'll all tie together. My Aunt Sue just showed up. She was there 38 years ago. Weren't you, Aunt Sue, when we got married? Hello, Daryl Sheely from Florida. Good to see you, Daryl. And we'll wait for a few others to get on. And then, just like always, there'll be a handful of us live. And then everybody loads up in the next few days. We get in the hundreds, and then we'll be in the thousands before it's all said and done. But hello, Patty Graham. Ohio, Patty Graham. Good to see you. If you've been kind of keeping up with us a little bit today, we've had quite the 24 hours, haven't we, kiddo?
Yeah, it's been busy.
Been busy. Her father-in-law decided that he might. My father-in-law, her father, keep me straight, decided he might have a stroke or something, and that's what all the indications were originally. But it doesn't look like it's a stroke now. Am I right?
Right.
You talk about that because I'll mess it up. So what's going on, maybe?
So when he got there, they thought he had what they called a posterior stroke, given the CT scan that they took. But then they did an MRI today to confirm it, and it showed that he did not have a stroke. He was having extreme vertigo, and so...
I'm not laughing at you or your father-in-law. I'm laughing at Chris Champion. He's so funny. We'll go to Chris in a minute. Continue on. I just want everybody to know I am not laughing at my sick father-in-law. I'm not laughing at my wife. It's Chris Champion. More on that in a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, he's back home. He had a lot of other issues with diverticulitis and had been sick for weeks with that. So we're not sure how all that tied into the way he felt yesterday when he was showing all the symptoms of a stroke. But according to the MRI, he did not have a stroke, which is good news, but he still doesn't feel well. So he's home.
So he's an interim pastor, and I go and preach for him yesterday morning, and he has a stroke a few hours after that. I don't know if those are all tied together or not. I don't know. And he didn't have the stroke, though. As you can tell, it's whatever it is that it might be.
Yeah.
So
we don't know for sure.
Keep praying for my father-in-law, Ken Elkins. And so, all right. So we'll take a look at some of the folks here in a minute. But here's the first thing I want to getting out of the gate. So we had my father-in-law in the hospital. I'm preaching in the morning. We go to church tomorrow night. Father-in-law is going to the hospital in the middle of all that, in between those services. And then we've got, so I wake up in the middle of the night with tinnitus. I basically have Maynard Ferguson, the jazz trumpeter, playing a single note in my right ear at the highest decibel possible. And so I didn't sleep all that well last night. So we got all that going on. And if you know us at all, keep up at all with us, Bev, she's got this wrong, that wrong, the other thing wrong, the other things wrong, and then that wrong on top of that. And nothing's fixable. And it's all, she can live, obviously, with these things, but it's all very life altering for sure. And so she's dealing with her own stuff on top of everything else, and we could go on. So here's where I'm going to start with this. The very last thing she needs to be doing at 10 p.m. Eastern time at night is this here little live Facebook show with her hubby Les. Yet she didn't bail. She didn't even talk about bailing. And here she is. And so the very first thing is that's how you last 38 years together, with a give and take like that. I've done things for you from time to time that I'd rather not have done. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
But you give, you take. There is that in a successful marriage. And so you do that enough, you make it 38 years. Okay. And so I want to thank you for that, because you could have bailed and I would have understood and wouldn't have said a single word about it. But right there, 38 years, and more beautiful today than she was 38 years ago. We've known each other 41 years. Our actual anniversary is Friday night, June 11th. I'm going to be in Florida singing with the Old Time Preachers Quartet. She's going to be here in Smyrna.
Not for the first time.
Not with me. And not for the first time. So that's the second thing. For those of you that are out there and you don't do this kind of thing for a living. I saw Danny Roberts. No, that's not Danny. Damon. I thought it was Danny Roberts, who he travels and all that. So if you are a traveling preacher or singer, and you have to leave your spouse at home and kids at home and all that kind of stuff, it's a sacrifice. It's for real. It's a real sacrifice. And you need to pray for the spouses of people who do this kind of thing. So that's the second thing I want to bring to the table. And the second thing that I want to thank her for publicly, that without a bunch of carrying on and histrionics and all that, she allows her husband to do what the Lord has called him to do. And so I thank you for that. So there's a whole lot of flowers going her way tonight, and not very many coming back, because that's just kind of the way it is. It's I get the better end of our deal. I can't speak for your deal. I can speak for our deal. I get the better end of it. And so anniversary show tonight. Now, it's a Live with Les, so we do have to do some pitching and things before we get into the music and get into our stories and all that. Okay. So here. You be my Vanna White.
Okay.
Go to our, there you go. Hey, there's your husband 50 pounds ago. Show him. Show him that's 50 pounds ago. And now put it down. Here I am now. So go to the store, butlermusicgroup.com, and click the store and buy yourself one of those mugs. We got 3 or 4 of them left. And so you go do that. Then we got 3. We got 3 left. Okay. And so we've got, my CDs, Old Time Preachers Quartet CDs. I've got some books on there, soundtracks, some other things. Go check out the store. Okay. All right. So now let's see. What else do I need to say? Old Time Preachers Quartet, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. 4 different dates in 3 different locations, all in the same town, Pensacola, Florida. So go to oldtimepreachersquartet.com if you are in that neck of the woods, down there in the Panhandle, and could be maybe on the Alabama side, Florida, anywhere down in there. We invite you to come out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night. Go check out oldtimepreachersquartet.com. Check out the schedule. All right, now here we go. All right. Before we get into some stories and music, let's see who's with us. We said Daryl, we said Aunt Sue, we got Patty, and then we got Lamar Whitemore. Howdy from South Dakota. That's a long ways away. Mm-hmm. We've never been to South Dakota. No. Let's see here. My Aunt Sue says, oh, yeah, I was there. Isaac Hughes from the church saying, good evening, praying for your family. Thank you, Isaac. I knew you would. I appreciate that very much. Okay, here's what I laughed at whenever you were talking about my father-in-law, your father. I wasn't laughing at him being sick and in the hospital. It was Chris Champion, who says he is Secretary General of the Beth Butler Fan Club, checking in. I love that.
Love you, Chris.
I love that,
favorite.
Chris. I love that. And if either one of us should have a fan club, it should be her. And Chris, you can be Secretary General. We would love that. Damon Roberts, happy anniversary. Nicholas, good to see you, Nicholas. Nathan Morris from Indiana, right outside of Indianapolis. Happy anniversary. Chad Jones from Minnesota. Man, we've got the North checking in tonight. Let's see. Where else? There. What's that?
So earlier there, a little bit.
Yeah. Chris Akers, happy anniversary. Hey, Chris. I think I sent you an email in the last day or two. Maybe. Check your email, maybe. And if not, then I just dreamed it. I probably didn't dream it because I didn't sleep all that much last night. Tinnitus. Not good. Scott, hello, Les and Bev. We love you too. Happy anniversary. Scott Edwards, God bless you. Been praying for your buddy John, who had open heart surgery today. And far as I know, everything is well. And Scott, go ahead and give us an update while you're on here if you want to. But your update to me via text this morning was 4 bypasses. It went well. And hopefully he will be on the mend and quick and back with the Voices of Truth Quartet singing bass, unlike about anybody you've ever heard. This is a special bass singer. He had open heart surgery today. Chris, gentleman from Alabama, renews his prior statement. Yes, Chris, I love you. Sean Porter, good evening. Diane Criswell. Hey, that's my cousin Diane.
We know because she calls you
from
Leslie.
Newcastle. Oh, hello, Leslie. Happy anniversary. Diane, I liked you until you said that right there. Actually, what they used to call me.
L.A.
L.A., my initials.
L.A.
Nobody knows me by that, except now Chris Champion does. And so now that'll give him fodder until the Lord comes back. Hey, Les and Beverly, happy anniversary from Diane. Yes. Gene Thorne, Red Bay Gene, we call him. Happy anniversary to you both. Daryl says, I may have missed it, but is Miss Bev from Northern Indiana also? She was born in downtown Chicago. Lived all over
Illinois.
We
moved every year, pretty much, literally.
Now, when I met her, they were living in Joliet, and she remained there until I stole her and took her with me, which is Joliet, Illinois, just out,
It's about an hour.
Northwest Indiana, Chicago, and Joliet. That's all one big old, 12 million people live in that big old glump, that big old clop of stuff. And so she was in and amongst it, but on the Illinois side. Hey, Donna. Donna's on here with us.
It's my maid of honor, best friend.
And she lives not too far from us now. Columbia, Tennessee. Yeah. Hi, guys. Praying for your sweet dad. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Donna. We appreciate that very much. So you get that, Ross. Happy anniversary. God bless you. David Brown. Howdy, praying for you all. Thank you, David. David's a good man. David's a good man. And when he says he's praying, that's exactly what he's doing. Hey, Dottie, snow tub. A snow tub. What about that? Happy anniversary. Thank you, Miss Dottie. Appreciate that. Scott and Alice Holt, happy anniversary. Okay, so let's see here. Where do we? I haven't had time to do any of this. I've worked all day. I've had that trumpet blowing in my ear, which is a little bit better. Didn't sleep much last night, dealing with her father-in-law in hospitals and whatnot.
It's my father, your father-in-law.
I keep saying that.
Father-in-law. My father-in-law is gone.
Yes, her father-in-law is in heaven. Let's see. So, where can we start? So we got married in 1983. One of the things I've done is I printed off the singing news chart from June of 1983. So we're going to look at that for a little Southern gospel tie-in. But let me see what I've got here. Okay, so in our wedding, we had a young man at that time, as we all were, young men and young women, sing for us at our wedding. He was the lead singer for a group called the Journeyman Quartet, a very fine quartet. He was a very fine singer, lead singer for them. And we had a couple of songs that he did. Tell the folks what they were.
What a Difference You Made in My Life.
Mm-hmm. That's, of course, Ronnie Millsap. But there's the dual meaning there. What a difference he has made in our life and what a difference we have made in each other's lives. And so that's why we married the two like we always do.
You're All I Need.
And You're All I Need, which was Kenny Henson and the Hensons. And so those are the two songs that he sang. And so you know what I've done? I have unearthed the Hensons' Lord, You're All I Need, which again has that dual meaning of Lord, you're all that I need, all she needs, all that we need. And, she's all I need for here. And
You're all I need.
Oh, it's always fun over here with Les and Beth. Okay, so so I'm going to play that song, which was at our wedding 38 years ago. Here we go. The Hensons. I think here I go. No, here I don't go. Hold on. Here we go.
Lord, if it's wrong to say I love you, then I'm guilty. And if it's crazy to say I need you, then I'm insane. But if it's losing to live without you, then I've got more than the whole world to gain. 'Cause I'll never let you go. I'll only let you know you're why I'm living, so you're all I need. You're the soothing over the pain, the sunshine after the rain. You're the music to love's sweetest refrain. You're all I need. Cause I'll never, never let you go. I'll only let you know you're why I'm living, so you're all I need. You're the soothing over the pain, and you're the sunshine after the rain, and you're the music to love's sweetest refrain. You're all I need.
That's the Hensons, Lord, you're all I need. And we were talking while that was going on about, we couldn't remember if somebody played that on the piano while Vic sang it. But I believe what I did was I got a hold of David Johnson, Yvonne Henson's husband, and I think he sent a track for us to sing, for Vic to sing that song too. So as I recall, that's what happened, but I don't know. I was busy getting married.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Here you go. You could do like you used to do for me at WICA. This is going back. So talk about that a little bit. When we first met, I was on the air at WYCA 92.3 FM, Hammond, Indiana, Chicago market station, hosting a show called Crossroads for Christ. And so she would come on the nights that I was on the air, and she would do like what you just saw right there and help me do things. And she took care of the phones, and she ran from mice.
Yeah, a couple times.
I was on the air live once.
Scared me to death.
And I think if I recall correctly, I was getting ready to introduce a Kingsmen song. And I'm talking live about, boy, it's a beautiful night and everything. And I hear in the background. And I thought, and where the station was, it was not the best part of town.
No.
So I thought, I might have a problem here. So as soon as I heard that, I said, and here's the Kingsmen with Saints Will Rise, or whatever it was. But and I go on the other side of the wall, other part of the building. And where were you?
On top of a desk.
She was on top of a desk. And she had seen a mouse is what happened. And so
I would do the same thing today if I saw one. So
yes, you would. Yeah. Yes, you would. And we just spent $100,000 to kill some mice around our house. Give or take a buck or two.
Yeah. I think you're evangelistically speaking there.
Well, I'm a preacher. We can evangelistic speak, and it's okay. The Lord knows. All right, let's see who else we have here. Let's see. Okay, so Scott Edwards giving me an update here on John. He's doing well. He's still on event, but they are hoping to pull that in the next little while. They said he would be up walking by tomorrow. Thanks for all the prayers. God is so good, man. That's good. So tell John we've been praying and we'll continue to do that. David Brown, Journeyman Quartet were great. They were great, David. You probably do remember them because you're up in that neck of the woods up in Michigan. And I tell you what, I will play, not tonight, but soon, I will play a song from one of a couple albums that I produced for them, like from 1980 to 1984. I was their producer and produced a couple records, and I'll play something. And David, that'll take you back to their sound. Man, they were really good. Chris Champion, y'all just said the secret word, didn't you?
He saw us laughing. We still talk about that, Chris, all the time.
Oh, Chris Champion is one of the funniest dudes ever to walk, just so you know. Gene Thorne want to put my aunt, Easter Richardson Jernigan, age 96, in Helen Keller Hospital in Sheffield, Alabama, with organs. Okay, shutting down. Well, Gene, God bless you. We'll be praying for your aunt. It says Easter, I guess, is the name. Okay. Andrew, who's on event? That would be John, the bass singer for the Voices of Truth Quartet. David Elliott, oh yeah, the singer, Kenny Henson. Give him a thumbs up there, but we're big Kenny Henson fans. Matter of fact, hold on. Okay, hold on. Right there. That's my cousin Gail, Kenny Henson, and my beautiful bride. This is back around, right around the time when we were married.
It's about 80. That was about 85, maybe 84.
We weren't up there in 85.
Oh, it was 8. Well,
84 would have been it.
Yeah.
At the very latest.
So it must have been before we were married then. Maybe 82.
I'm thinking it's like 82 or 83. I think this is.
Judging by the hair, it was definitely the 80s. That much I
that would be
tell
Kenny's
you.
hair and your hair, by the way.
All of our hair.
So as you could tell, we were huge Henson fans. And as a matter of fact, this picture was taken at a concert that I promoted of the Hensons at Monbeck Auditorium in Highland, Indiana. And so since we're talking about Kenny and everybody's kind of jumping in there you are. There's a Kenny Henson picture and my bride from back around the time when we were married. All right, what else we got here? We got Joy Holden, the Tom Jones of Southern Gospel. You talking about me or Kenny? Lord, I hope you're talking about Kenny. It sure enough ain't me. Ain't nothing about me, Tom Jones. Bev is the real rock star, huh? Right there. She is the real rock star. The Mouse Story. Oh, okay, yeah. Allie Mullins Price, hi, Les and Bev. Hello to you. And hello. Oh, Joy talking about Kenny. Yes. It sure ain't me, Joy. Look at that. Right there's your Tom Jones. Yes. Okay. So, and I got other pictures. We'll look at those here in a minute. All right. Okay. We've got, okay, let's talk about this. So we get married and June 11th, 1983. Might have mentioned that a time or two already. And I want you to tell all the folks where we went on our honeymoon.
Well, for part of it, we went to Hominy Valley. It's a primitive, yeah.
Listen, men. Listen to me. Look at me in the eyeballs. If you've got a woman that you're thinking about marrying and you whoop on them, how about when we get married, we go to Hominy Valley in Candler, North Carolina, and hang out with the Primitive Quartet? And if she says yes, do not let that woman go. She's a keeper from now to eternity. Do not let them go. Whatever it is you got to do to make them happy, sir, do it. Right there. So, okay, yes, part of it we did. We were in Indianapolis for part. And what else?
We went to Maggie Valley.
Maggie Valley. We had the coolest. I thought so. You tell people what you think. We had the coolest cabin. It had a creek that ran under the cabin.
Well, ran under the porch.
Under the and the bedroom. It was under the porch and the bedroom.
I don't remember that, but I
Yeah,
remember it going
yeah.
under the porch.
Yeah. Even under the porch. It's still under the cabin. But was that cool? That
It was cool, but I mean, you're
Really
definitely
cool.
a cabin guy. Like, that's,
I love cabins.
yeah, he loves and
Yeah.
creeks.
I love cabins and creeks, man. That's like two of my
Then we
favorite
came to
things in the world.
Nashville at the end.
Oh, we did. We sure did.
Goodlettsville.
We sure
stayed at
did.
Goodlettsville.
Yes. Okay, she knows where I'm going because I have to. First off, the hotel is still there, and you can stay there for $1 a night.
Yeah.
It was awful then.
Make sure you're carrying when you stay there.
38 years later, it's more awfler.
That's where
Okay.
the horn broke.
Yeah. Tell them the horn story. You do it. You do it.
It's bad. Oh, Lord.
Well,
I'll
tell the origins of the story, and I'll
Yeah.
finish it.
Okay. Yeah. So our best man decided to, like, you know, most people do when they get married, go through town honking the horn. And he had a relatively new car. And I guess the horn hadn't been honked all that much. So when Mark decided to absolutely wear the horn out that day, something happened to it. And so it would just like randomly go off by itself. And it decided to go off in the middle of the night in Nashville, in Goodlettsville, at that hotel, somewhere in the middle of the night, and did not stop going off. It just went on and on and on. So people were coming out of their rooms.
3:00 in the morning at this $1 a night hotel room.
But it wasn't that bad back then.
It might have been $10 a night back then. It honk, honk, honk. It was not cool. Anyway. Oh my, what humble beginning. And okay,
You had to go out and unplug it.
You had to go unplug
Figure
the
out
horn.
how to unplug it and then unplug it.
Yes. This is a true story, Chris Champion. I know this sounds like we're evangelistically speaking now.
No, it happened.
It really happened.
It was so embarrassing.
And I tell you what, and this is, and I do mean this sincerely, to God be the glory. And boy, do I ever mean this. When we came back from our honeymoon, this is the truth with God looking down on me. This is going to sound like such an insane statement. I had a $5 bill in my billfold. And that's what we had. Wow. God has been good to Bev and I. We're not millionaires and all that kind of stuff. Don't think that. But let me tell you, starting your life together with $5 and you make it through that, we want to thank the Lord for that. That's something. True story. Southern gospel music, memorabilia, memories. Right there's your memory. $5 in my billfold. Wow. Okay, so since we went to Hominy Valley, I'm going to play a primitive quartet song. And it ties into 1983. Check this out. So June 1983, I'm going to give you the top 20 chart. We're going to inch our way up. Number 20 was In My Robe of White, the Spencer Family. Used to promote them, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Used to promote them, bring them up, pay them to come and sing up in the Chicago area. And they knocked it out of the park. Dig a Well, Dixie Echoes. You Can Walk on the Water, Cathedrals, coming in at 18. Number 17, We've Got the Power in the Name of Jesus, Laverne Tripp. Oh, Laverne, we should have called Laverne. Number 16, He's on the Throne, the Spears. And number 15, this song right here from my friends, the Primitive Quartet, Because He Loved Me. Love this song. Love these men. Where we spent our honeymoon.
On a hill called Calvary, Jesus my Lord suffered for me, carried the cross all the way, my sins to atone. Then they nailed him to the cross, great was the pain and the loss, he suffered it all, because he loved me, because he loved me, because he loved me, my Savior died on the cross, was crucified. No greater love by mortal man has ever been known. Oh, praise his dear name, he loves me so. Now I am his, he's mine, I know. He suffered it all because he loved me, because he loved me. Then they carried him away, placed him in a lonely grave. Surely they thought that this would be the end of this man. But on that third and glorious day, God came and rolled the stone away. He rose from the dead because he loved me, because he loved me, because he loved me, my Savior died on the cross, was crucified. No greater love by mortal man has ever been known. Oh, praise his dear name, he loves me so. Now I am his, he's mine, I know. He suffered it all because he loved me, because he loved me, because he loved me, my Savior died on the cross, was crucified. No greater love by mortal man has ever been known. Oh, praise his dear name, he loves me so. Now I am his, he's mine, I know. He suffered it all because he loved me, because he loved me.
Hominy Valley with the Primitive Quartet. That's where we spent a good part of our honeymoon back in June of 1983. It's anniversary night. Tonight's not our anniversary. Friday night is. I'm going to be in Florida and she's not. I'll be with the Old Time Preachers Quartet. She'll be home, and I hate that it ended up like that, but I'll make it up to her. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking of it, Thursday night, I'm going to take you out, and it's going to be all good, and it's going to be great. I'm glad I thought about this, because I wouldn't have remembered till Thursday afternoon otherwise.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad for that, am I not? I'm bad.
Yeah.
I admit.
A little bit.
I admit. Okay, so we talked about the Hensons a while ago, and I showed you that picture back in 80, maybe 80, somewhere 82, 83 with Bev and Kenny and my cousin Gail. Well, here's a picture, just continuing the memorabilia here, from that night at Mombeck Auditorium. There's Ronnie hopping on one leg like he does. And then that was Eric Henson and Kenny rearing back there with his white pants and jacket, being really cool right there. And they were just tearing up whatever it is they were tearing up, but I promise you they were tearing it up. And so that's a picture from that night. Kind of fun stuff there. I got another picture we'll show here in a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see who else is on with us here. Let's see. Daryl, here, you can put that away like you used to do for me, WICA. Daryl Sheely says, do you remember the Capitol Airs from Lansing, Michigan? Kinda. A good friend of mine played piano for them in the late 1980s, early 1990s. His name is Ed Culberson. Kinda. I don't remember a lot about them, but that name I remember. Yeah. Allie Price, Chuck with New River says hello. Hello, Chuck with New River. Good to see you. Joy, well, it was the 80s. I don't know what that was in reference to, but yes.
Talk about the hair.
Oh, the hair. Yes, it was the 80s. Daryl, Marcia and I spent our honeymoon in January 1988 at the Marriott in downtown South Bend in full view of the Morse Civic Auditorium. Right on, Daryl. We're going to get along well, man. When I'm in Florida, we're going to get along really well. Morse Civic Auditorium was a place where Southern gospel concerts would be there about every quarter. You and I went many times to South Bend. I've got many pictures from some of those concerts at Morris Civic Auditorium. And so that's good stuff right there. That's good stuff, Daryl. Joy says, living on love. With $5 in your pocket, You got that right. We were living on love. Donna says, Bev, where we went on our senior trip, and then she's got a funny looking face. So tell.
We went to Nashville. Where else? We went to Nashville and Twitty City. Back then, Twitty City was still a thing.
I got a brick somewhere.
So
no, it's not. I don't have one. My wife does, because she stole a brick from Conway Twitty's house. Tell them about you stealing a brick.
Donna did too. It wasn't just me.
Right there, her and Donna.
They were just laying on the ground. We didn't like pull them, chisel them out of his house.
Out of the house. Excuse me, Conway.
No, they were just laying there. So we thought, what a cool piece of memorabilia. So that's my memorabilia.
Yeah, yeah. Your memorabilia is Conway Twitty.
Twitty brick.
Mine's a primitive quartet. Mike Keller says, hello, Brother Les. I have a picture of the primitive quartet for you when you come to Pathway Baptist in August. Very cool, Mike. Thank you. That's great. Ron and Jennifer Hale. Hey, that's my favorite of all. What do you think he's talking about?
Probably that primitive song.
Oh, Because You Loved Me. Yeah, that is my favorite primitive quartet song. I have to agree with that if that's what you're saying. Chris Champion, stronger than a garlic milkshake right there, buddy. You know it is, man. You know it is. Again, my favorite primitive song. Ron and Jen, me and Jen as well. 1993, Hominy Valley. You went to Hominy Valley for your anniversary or for your honeymoon? Ron, feed that back to me, man. Tell me if you did. Brother Stacy Piercy, driving by Smyrna right now. Well, honk, Brother Stacy. Honk at me. Allie Price, we love Maggie Valley. That's where Chuck and I went for our anniversary, or go for their anniversary, I guess, every year. And Ron and Jennifer Hale, honeymoon, yes. Hominy Valley. Two of us, man. We got keepers, Ron. Don't you dare let Jennifer slip through your fingers. I'm not going to let Bev slip through mine. We've got keepers. That's a fact. Donna says the brick.
She still has hers.
do you still have it, Donna? I guess you got yours hit
somewhere,
hit away, don't you?
Somewhere.
Okay.
I think it's made all the moves we've made.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep climbing up this here chart. We last left off with number 15, the Primitive Quartet. We're June 1983. I chose that because that's our anniversary month and year, 1983. Number 14 was Look for Me, the Goodmans. I loved that, didn't you?
That was great.
When you finally make your entrance to that city. Good song. I'll Be Home Before Dark, the Inspiring Ones, the Inspirations. And I'll meet you on the other side of Jordan. Jerry Goff. Trooper. I can't do that. If Gerald Wolf was here, he does a good Jerry Goff. Wedding Day, Rex Nealon Singers, number 11. Now, they were your favorite back in the day.
They were.
Number one right there
for sure.
Were the Rex Nealon Singers. Number 10, The Broken Rose, Squire Parsons, my buddy. Number 9, Whiter Than Snow, Singing Americans. Okay, I'm going to put some trivia on Bev. Who are the two singers in the Singing Americans that went on to other quartets and were award-winning singers with the other quartets?
One was Michael English.
True. He's not on Whiter Than Snow, but you get a half a point for that because it's the truth.
Okay, so on this particular song.
Yeah, on Whiter Than Snow.
Oh, boy.
Matter of fact, one did the lead on the first verse and the other did the lead on the second verse. And they both went on to two different quartets. Oh, Bev, you know more than I know about this stuff. I'm stumping you right out of the gate.
I don't know more.
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah, you do. You're all the time
I
telling me
don't.
stuff that I forget or didn't know.
I don't know.
It's not hitting you?
Mm-mm. Singing Americans.
Mm-hmm. No? I may have to
The
pull
only
it
thing
out
that's
here in a minute.
coming to mind right now is Michael
Let me show
English
you.
with the Singing Americans, but
Ivan Parker sang the first verse.
okay.
Danny Funderburk sang the second verse.
Got me.
Ivan went on with Gold City. Danny with the Cats, the Cathedral Quartet. So there you go. There's a little trivia for you. Coming in at number 8, Jesus Is Your Ticket to Heaven. Again, the Rex Nealon Singers. Number 7, They're Holding Up the Ladder, the Inspirations. And doesn't it blow you away? And wouldn't your grandfather just absolutely just wouldn't know what to do with himself if he knew that I was singing with Mike Holcomb of the Inspirations?
Oh, yes. He would die. And that was like his ultimate were the inspiration. Well, matter of fact, that was about the only them and the Primitive. That was it for him.
He liked the Florida Boys too.
A little bit.
He liked the Florida Boys because he played the Florida Boys for me sometime too. But boy, biggest inspiration fan. And if her grandfather was still alive today, seeing me sing with Mike Holcomb in our own quartet together, he would not know how to act. I hope somehow or another in heaven they allow him to look down over the portal sometime and watch us just get after a quartet song. I don't know that happens, but I can envision it. So let me have my dream, okay? Number 6, The Cloud is Coming Back on, the Goodmans. And by the way, they were called the Goodmans then. They weren't legally able to use the Happy Goodmans because Howard and Vestal was not part of the group. They had to change the name to the Goodmans instead of the Happy Goodman family. Some more trivia for you here. I'm full of useless information every night here on Live with Les. Number 5, In My Robe of White, Gold City. Now, back in the day, it was really cool that all these groups would record a song and they'd all have big hits with it, because number 20 was the Spencer Family, In My Robe of White. And number 6 is Gold City's version of In My Robe of White. That's number 5 rather. Number 4 is It's Out of This World, the Payne Family. Number 3 was I Know My God Can Do It To Him, There's Nothing to It, Heaven Bound. Jeff Gibson's on here a lot at night with me. So Jeff, thumbs up. Number 3 back in June of 1983. And number 2, okay, I'm going to have to get some vinyl out here. I'm going to play the live version of this. So let me find it here real quick. And again, it ties into the Hensons. You can't separate Les Butler, Bev Butler, and the Hensons. We are just simply tied at the hip. It's the way it is. Still good friends with Ronnie, and we talk all the time. We're together a lot, and matter of fact, I just played on played piano on a song for something that he's recording that my son was engineering and producing. We're all the time together. So here we go. So the number 2 song back in June of 1983 was this song right here. We're just going to go ahead and play it. This was a huge, huge, huge tune. And this, I don't know if the live version may have them talking about it or goes in the song. I'm not sure. Let's listen in.
Want to do a song for you right now that because of you, this song's been mighty, mighty good to us. Back in 1983, for 4 months, this song was the number 1 gospel song of the nation. Go like this.
Some lawyers can win, and a doctor can heal, and your banker can lend till your pockets are filled. But if yours is a case of a sin-stricken soul, for the problem you face, there's only one place to go.
Climb up that mountain where still springs the fountain. That's sparkling graveside on Calvary's wall. That same Jesus you've heard of. Take a black heart without love, wash it with red blood, make it whiter than snow. Don't gamble on life with all your luck and your skill, 'cause you can't play the cards that death's gonna deal. For the Bible has planned who the loser is gonna be. There's only 2 winning hands, and they were nailed to a tree. So climb up that mountain where still springs the fountain, that sparkling graveside of Calvary's wall. That same Jesus you've heard of can take a black heart without love, it whiter than snow. Don't you gamble on life, I wouldn't if I were you, even with all that luck of yours and all of your skill. Cause honey, I don't care who you are or what you are, you just can't play them cards. That old man there's gonna deal, fixing to tell you why. Cause mama's old black Bible has already planned who that loser is gonna be. Ain't but two winning hands, that's all, and they were nailed to a tree. So climb up that mountain where still springs the fountain. It's that sparkling red sun on Calvary's floor. That same Jesus you've heard of. He can take a black heart without love. Yes, he can. He can wash it red blood, make it whiter than snow.
The Hinsons' Two Winning Hands. That was number 2 in June of 1983, the month and the year that these two folks right here got married 38 years ago. And what a great song, Two Winning Hands. Don't you gamble on life with all of your luck and all your skill. Because you can't play the cards that old man death is going to deal. Written like only Henson can write, don't you know? Okay, we're going to play the number 1 song in June of 83 here in a little bit, but I got another picture here. So we go back all the way. I mean, we go back to the first time that we were together in the same building was in a church house. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And from that point forward, she was either with me at the Christian radio station, or we were going to concerts all across Chicago and South Bend and all up in there. And or I was promoting concerts and bringing groups in, and she was working with me. And so here is it's a little fuzzy of us, but you will see the inspirations. Starting with here by my finger is the old bear hunter, Jack Laws, who looks like he's eating a persimmon right there. Next to him is old 6'4", Mike Holcomb. He sings now with me in the Old Time Preachers Quartet. And that's old Archie Watkins rearing back singing tenor. And then right behind all of that carrying on, the blonde hair is my Aunt Sue. Now, Aunt Sue is the one that's on with me every time I'm on live. You hear me talk about my Aunt Sue? Right there she is, the blonde. And then behind her is me with hair.
A lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
Wavy hair.
Wavy, thick. I used to break the teeth out of plastic combs. It would get caught up in there, and boy, oh boy. And speaking of a lot of hair, next to me, my soon-to-be bride,
Had a lot of hair.
Miss Bev, and she too has a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Oh no, it was bad.
And so there she is listening to old Archie Rareback on probably touring that city or something like that.
It's like 1980.
Yeah, that's going back.
Yeah.
41 years.
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
It's the 80s.
And then next to her is my mom, who has gone home to be with the Lord. And so we worked together. We've been working together for 41 years. Now, we've been married 38 years. We dated for 3 and then married in June of 1983. And I'll tell you what, before I play the number 1 song, I'm going to read one verse of scripture here, because this is Live with Les, Southern Gospel Music, Memorabilia, Memories, and Ministry. And we've given you a ton of all of that stuff tonight, except the ministry part. I'm just going to read one verse of scripture. And it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, and it's verse 3. I could talk about, other things about in the Bible about being married and finding a good woman and all that stuff, which I've done before. But I'm going another place here. Verse 3, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 3 says, "But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil." I want to take a look. There's 3 parts of that one small verse. I just really want to quickly take a look at the first 2 things that I said. The Lord is faithful. Get a hold of that. And I can say, and I believe she'll agree with me, 41 years of knowing each other, 38 years of marriage, the Lord has been faithful. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Faithful. We haven't been every day, but he has. Who shall establish you? If you build your relationship on God and his word, he will establish you and your goings. He will do that. We're living proof of that. I'm going to speak for me. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Yet for 41 years, I've never missed a meal. I've never lived out on a street somewhere. We've never missed a meal. We've never lived out on a street. All of our needs have been provided. And wouldn't you agree that a whole lot of our wants have been?
For sure.
Why? Because the Lord is faithful. And he will establish you in your relationship when you build it on God and his word. Somebody say amen to that. Yeah. Amen. That is the ministry for today. So if you're listening and you're not married, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to run to a church house. Don't run to a bar. No need to run to some illicit place. You need to run to a church house and find yourself a good man and a good woman that believes on God and his word. That's what you need to do. And he'll be faithful to you. I promise you that. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I've experienced for almost 60 years of my life. 41 with her, 38 married, 3 years of dating, and he has and is and forever will be faithful. Amen. All right, go look, see who's with us, and I'm going to play the #1 song back in June of 1983. Let's see. Okay, this is funny. Ron and Jennifer Hale. Ron says, Reagan told everyone where we were staying. Okay, if you missed it, Ron and Jennifer Hale of Bama Blue Grapes. Let me see. Yeah, right here. We're going to grab their picture. They autographed. I produced their recordings. And it's hard with the glare. With the glare. Let me. There you go. It's a little bit better. So they Ron and Jennifer got married, and like Bev and I, they went to Hominy Valley for their honeymoon. And so Reagan gets up on the stage and tells, and by the way, they always have thousands of people, just so you know, there. It's not like they're singing to like 100 people, thousands of people. And what's he do? He gets up on the stage and he tells them where they're staying. Oh, Ron, I love that. When I see you, I may call Reagan tomorrow and say, right on, Reagan. I love that. I'm glad you didn't do that to Bev and I, by the way. Let's see who else we have. Daryl says, I believe Danny's dad wrote Whiter Than Snow. I think you are right, Daryl. Yes, sir. I think you're right. Andrew Burdett, Mike Keller. Hey, Brian Scott. Hey, y'all. Miss you, Les. Hey, Brian. Good to see you, man. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you're killing it. Just doing great, mighty things. I really do. Sacred Harmony. Thanks for sliding in on us today. Mike says, hey, Andrew. Andrew says, Brother Scott, hey. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. Hi, Diane Jones. Let's see. Chad says, I have Bill Bailey paused on the DVR while I watch your program. He has to take a back seat tonight. Chad Jones. Right on, man. taking a back seat there. Bill Bailey's got to get in the back of the line when Les and Bev are in the house. I love it. Lee McNeil, the man was blessed with a set of lungs. Must have been talking about Kenny Henson. And yes, sir, he was. Hair. What's that? Okay, so Lee was the original lead singer for the Old Time Preachers Quartet, and he's bald as a cue ball. So he's talking about hair right there. Andrew says, Lee McNeil, hey, Brother Stacy Pierce, he's amening my little talk there about where you go find yourself a good man and a good woman. Get yourself into a good church and get one that believes in God and his book, and he'll take care of the rest, I promise you. So thank you, Brother Stacy, for the amen. Now, all right, where is it here? Okay, we're going to go to I got it in there in the CD player. All right, so I got to mash this button here, then I got to go to number 14. So the number one song was by, I don't know if it's everybody's favorite quartet, but I can say with all assurance, it's my favorite quartet. And they had the number one song back then in June of 1983. And right here it is. Lee, get ready to sing along with George Yance on Step Into the Water.
Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, wet your feet in the water of his love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God.
It's time we the people stand up for what is right. It's time we squared our shoulders back and raise our swords to fight. For the Bible is my weapon and the Spirit is my shield. The church needs more of its members to be workers in the field.
Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, wet your feet in the water of his love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God, to the Lamb of God. There is victory for the Christian who walks the narrow way. There has been a prize appointed for the soul who does not stray. Oh, I want to live for Jesus, be all that I should be, so that I can rest with him forever, live eternally. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, wet your feet in the water of his love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God, to the Lamb of God. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, wet your feet in the water of his love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, wet your feet in the water of his love. Step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper, come join angels singing praises to the Lamb of God. Come on and step into the water, wade out a little bit deeper,
Are you sing along with me?
feet in the water of his love. Step
The number one song back in June of 1983, The Cathedral, Step Into the Water, produced by my buddy Vic Clay. And you say, well, why are you talking about that for? Well, I want you to circle this date on your calendar. On Saturday, June 19th, that is, what is that, a week from Saturday? A week from this, or 2 weeks from this upcoming Saturday? A week from this upcoming Saturday at 1 Central and 2 Eastern, that man that produced that song and hundreds for the cathedrals will be with me, Vic Clay. He's going to be sitting right there where Bev is. Where Bev is, Vic Clay is going to be there. And we are going to play some great music. He's going to tell some incredible stories, some stories about Glenn and George you've never heard. It's going to be amazing. And hopefully he'll bring some memorabilia. And I've got some memorabilia if he doesn't, and it'll be good. And so let me give you the rest of this here. We've got, I got a show with Ray Dean Reese coming up a week from tomorrow. And going to try to get Ray Dean on with us via a camera. I'm going to play some Ray Dean stuff. And I've got an interview that I did back in, I'm thinking about 84 with Ray Dean Reese. And so that'll be some really cool memories and memorabilia there. A Couriers special on June 17th. The Couriers, the trio, the group, the Couriers, a live concert. I'm going to play a few cuts that was bootlegged from 1969, and somehow I got a copy of it, and we're going to slip some of that on you. And it's incredible singing, and honestly, it's incredible quality. You're going to be blown away. Then we got Vic Clay on June 19th. Then we have a surprise show on June 21st, a trivia show on June 24th, and a special family show on June 29th. I'll tell you a little bit more about that maybe next week. It's going to be really something else. Let's see. Andrew says, Les, I have a question for you. I know Andy Griffith was a gospel singer as well. Do you have any memorabilia on him? I don't. Now I can, I don't know. I think I can get some actually from a couple of different sources. I'd have to work on that, but no, I do not have any. Okay, so that's our anniversary show, 38 years ago. Feels like yesterday, doesn't it? Literally.
It does, literally. Blink and it's over, it seems like.
And a few months ago, we weren't sure we were going to have our 38th anniversary, were we?
No, not too sure.
But here we are. To God be the glory. Okay, I hope you all have a good night. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed our little anniversary show. And we will see you, let's see, the next time will be on a week from tomorrow. The reason I can't do any more besides just work, I want to be with the Old Time Preachers Quartet for Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Pensacola. So again, go check us out there online, oldtimepreachersquartet.com. Come and visit with us, okay? We will see you, Lord willing, a week from tomorrow with Ray Dean Reese of the Kingsmen. There you go. I did that too fast. God bless you all. We'll see you later.